Guys, March quarter update. We update our landlords every 3 months, and this quarter the trends are showing a continued decline in transaction numbers and a softening in median prices. But it's not all doom and gloom. For the headlines, I think there was about 103 leases signed in Grafton in the last quarter, and McKimm's Real Estate signed more of those than any other agency, which we're very proud of. So we got a lot of leases away. The prices were a little bit softer, I think, compared to the March quarter last year, where we were achieving a median of $490 a week. This last quarter, we're achieving a median price of $460 a week. And we were taking a few more days to get those leases signed. We're averaging 20 days on the market compared to about 14 days on the market last year. So a little bit of a softening. We felt that coming out of Christmas, where you just felt there weren't as many good applicants out there. We're probably seeing a bit of a return to some of the commercial clients and some of the public sector clients that are boosting demand now. So it's a little bit better of an environment now than it was. In terms of the broader market, we noticed that the vacancy rate for the Northern Rivers region actually increased from under 1% to over 2%. Doesn't necessarily reflect specifically on Grafton, but it just shows you a little bit of softening in the area in terms of rents. Now, it's certainly not all doom and gloom. Toby Power, our new property manager, secured a lease at $950 a week out at Mountain View. And I did the ingoing walkthrough with those tenants, and I can tell you it was worth every penny. It was a beautiful, immaculate, furnished, brand new home, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, swimming pool, that sort of stuff. But $950 a week, that's a huge rent for this local area. Commercial leases were also pretty good. Adam Crawley got a lease away at the old SMEC building in Victoria Street opposite the courthouse. And we've seen a bit of a renewed amount of interest in our medium-sized industrial stuff. Rob Veraken's site over at the South Grafton Trade Centre is a good example. And he's got quite a bit of space coming online in the next month. So get in contact with us if you're interested in any of that. In terms of the sale market, again, fewer transactions at lower prices. I think in the whole of Grafton for the quarter, there was barely 30 properties sold, which is a very low amount. South Grafton, there are only 22 transactions. Those numbers are down a long way from last year. And in terms of median prices, Grafton's sitting at about 455. South Grafton has actually dipped down into the 300s over the last quarter. Now, you know who that's great news for? Buyers. What we're seeing on the regulatory front, of course, we've got a suite of changes to tenancy laws that have come out or are coming out. Some of them are basic things. You're no longer allowed to give more than one rental increase per year. Others are much more sweeping, like the end of no reason terminations. That means to terminate a lease, you're going to have to give more notice time, and you're going to have a reason, which is a bold new world for New South Wales regulation. Now, in terms of the world, of course, things are going a little bit haywire with global equities markets, the Trump tariffs, local inflation, local interest rates. So strap yourself in. But one thing I've learned from a quarter of a century in property, and Adam Crawley, my co-director, would be the same. He's been working at it nearly 25 years as well. When world equities markets shake and drop and go into turmoil, you see a resurgence in property markets. It might take a few quarters, it might take a year, but you tend to see a resurgence in property markets. And if those inflation numbers justify some drops in the interest rates through this calendar year, it might be that post-Christmas, coming into the new year, you're seeing renewed gains in the city markets and the regional markets in Australia. Now, of course, it's not all work here at McKimm's, and coming into winter, we look forward to the return of winter sports. We've got our sponsorships at the football clubs, at hockey, at the races. Phil Carr is back at City Bears hockey. I think Toby Power's back playing hockey. Adam Crawley's getting phone calls every day to come back to the Redmen, and I think the Redmen kicked their season off last week. And McKimm's, of course, proud sponsors of the South Grafton Rebels and the Grafton Ghosts as well. So we're looking forward to some time off on the weekends to get around to check out some local sport, and we hope you're doing the same. Remember, give us a yell if you need more advice on your leasing or selling needs. Thank you.